ya wodi a wo afakọ body ne ya wodi a wo kwa de bekọ nti ehyen na otim no mpo a wo twi no minim mpo se adwuma mu na ade adom no ne master bi na ade adom no anase ono wankasa mpo na waye adwuma bọ ne bra kwan paso ade atọ ehyen no mpo a mintimi nkyerɛ nanso ni suni ne ban mpo kyerɛ sɛ ehyen no mpo anhwɛ yi a na nya ne dia sanse wo mu a wo matimi abɔ bra na kwan paso abrɛ enya sika no eya na homaso no ente saa na saa asɛm esi ya meka ho asɛm akyerɛ wi ɛkae me asɛm bi esi wɔ Kumase Asafo na obi de ne car eba VIP station na obi so kuta ne bag na ne bag na kotwi car no bɛhwɛ bag a etwi car o bɛhwɛ kyɛ sɛ ɛnwanwa na ukuta hyɛn na ni page na kwan ho na uba mrika 10 so na ɛwɔ sɛ nipa ne hwi gata ɛma nipa ne hwi tɔ gata mu obi ne euro bɛma ne hwi kɔ n'akyi ɔba ne ntumi anhwi na ɔba na tɔ gata mu no owie na akɔgyina nkyɛn apake o na wo kasa na driver adan a wɔse ei mo ne hwan na mo bisa me sɛ adan ti na wɔsɛ mo bisa me saa sɛ me ko speed me de car ba mo so enti wato gata mu nti den wo ya mɛbon wow ɔman Ghana mu ei ado NDC ni ana because omo ne mu bi mu che ne yo omo ne mu bi susu sa omo aban aba power nti no che so obi anda mo na mu bu political parties o yen shida for mo nya hwesa I'm telling you o ye MP o ye DC o ye president and then what's the difference ya kwanya bi na wanya adwuma na wo ye no mpo no ye wo nipa no mu bi a wo mbetimi aya bro ni awo ye no so nti as bro ho ase na kantin wa wo se me party aba power nti no je se kronim ni na ye nja ma wo na saa asem wo ya beto manim me champion for enanso se wo de car o drive it carelessly be bia nipa gu na car no ba nipa no so to the extent say they have to jump over the gutter nipa no jump no ne ye kra sa to gutter mu na wunhu sabe empathy atinka bimpo emma nipa no kase oh monka fra ebia enyamfom so enya boapayo enyamfom so na sisi na wo san so threaten nipa oh ya mebo sani sainti ya noa ne sain na ambin na me ka we me sorry afide so na irade de me nkwa chamia me ni nipa no beko ye pese ye somra ne hwe se ayem bia emra ye adwuma wo oman Ghana mu ana na car no me describe it akireo se onim car no onim ni raw onim driver kro no se chese minim how am nkyere no me pese me bo car ni number no na me describe the akireo na afei me tu ho na mo de besi bia no me de ho amane bebro car ni akireo echi TOYOTA Toyota ana Toyota se de bi mo pese mo kano no na ohwe kra ne light ba ko nya adwuma the parking light no ba ko pe na ya adwuma number ne JW 3095R JW 3095R na meka say no na meka e de ama posifo ai ya wamra wo man mu ye betu na mo aba na ya hwe bebia e bekwa akosie enye minsusu ye se chinchina chi a wo se nipa ne de ne tumu ana se dabi sempo no ye frɛ no kra bɔ ne kokɔ na ya ma ne hu se nye sei ne ye ditena wo man mu a makoma beto me yam na abusua ebia wo tie mi wo so ye hyenkani nya nipa ho adaje kakra ka na wo tim no I mean okra de nyame ayi wadom o ma ndade atwa ho ono okra de ya expose no na wo momu na wo niam atwa ho na wo tim no wo sa popo ugule you are bullying the person okokan so a na ya tem didie dog our own country yet ye mam na ye tete ye ho me can so na ye bre
oga say say we are okay idea na ekosopa me kwa me hu bi kwa na me hu bebre busumu yi kra na I've seen more than 3 na ekoso na sometimes you know ekwa to the extent that omo amukita motor so amuna kwa
yes
sometimes drivers ni bi wo ho a omo hu omo a me nimboni a motor for there they trying to say
omo undermine omo
yeah or the car no be pushing that ko baby a say onye kra say wanye careful kra betimi kwato gatem
yes
na said ya car you know nipa bia enyi tumu say ye body nkwane ade a eye dia
yes
ade bi ekita obi a owi ase odinam obi a no yakopo no dia famu keke there will be a day unye the ownership of that Adekyee no bio
yes
abako di obi ho
yeah
sisi na ye wo political party ya obe free aban mu na foforo aba na wasa afra aban mu no bi so aba sa na nipa dan so titie eti wo car wo fie wo sika wo ntale wo mobile phone kura kita okra na ebi kodware kura bodi ko adware kodware kura obi ba bia
enya wo dia bia
etimi nya wo dia
madam for we Gladys free mu na me friend ko afi de me hu se phone is send me message na ni nua na afa ne dia on fan ko
ne dia bi waja ho ne dia bi o
so what you say wo dia afa ko
the most funny things ko odu be kokro mu mpene se usum kwa akwa bi esi onya accident ya wewu na yesi owu na ska she ni botom na minim se all pray no na waso ni no waso ska ni mo ni botom ti owu yesu so no ye why ni nsafi botom no a mogana enwai say it me force wa pa de born in so na onja ni bottom na Adekyee wo mu na ni patimi yi it tells you say bibi ekita owi ase bia no enye wudia say ebenu suna say oni hobi mu ana say yakopon eji wo nkwa free wonsa sa ne me nyina no ekobe bia say ekọ enti ye nya ni pon abotre say da oka nya ni pon abotre because one nya ni pon abotre a bedi baby no the table will turn
na dia making abrantie bi no kuta tipper track na taxi nkitwe ya from Tiko yi ena ene ne bonsa ho na ono kra no wansusu da say unso mo kwa chire pa mo deliver anuane abo wa chichichichichi nti okọ kro bi so a okwa deliver no ohu Tiko yi bi say obetwe ama no de da bi
Tiko nu sama
no do don twema no oye hwan ena opopo na ni ana Tiko yi jiram ko hye nwre mu na prama menam wasere no ko achire ma mafia no bibi ni adwe na ni age
alopena metie opo program ba na metie na obi ka se o se bibi ni sere a
na ni nia ho achire
eya hwefom na ni nia da fom a osu
what is here afei wako deliver na ye wi okofie o fie aye se o ma me afri mu
Jesus
den na ye me ma me
accident
o ma me nya accident o ye se tipper track bi afei do no afei no obisa bebia wo okaka na adwemu a na yo no a wakuni maame enti wo ba yo adwen se wo ye obi ba wo yo
yes
wo ti ase ye wo nsem bebre betimi de ho aye mfato ho sanse asem bi wo ha yetwa ho bi e de beka bi
yes
enti no se ukuta tipper track o se wo mafia obi wo de wo se wo pia moto bi ato nchen wo behwe no na moto no ye wo yire wo faase bi ne ba ana wo yire nua bi ne ba
so pa me se me na me dika obi bo me careless bi e ka da kokun mi ye nyina ye ba ye du ba bi a ye be gina ya me se masa da ye me ko hwe sa na obi a minim no pa no so oh
yes
doge ye wa
ai
am se scratch nti se kanya mi a iti kan hukumi atwene
yes
na obenya
free
o do we de minim se ye wa kama anya ni sa na me se nya mi mpo na ye obi mpo a nipa ko no wa ye oboni ben se okitaka papa na mi de ye alache nti na pese o bo mi tu baby na kumi ana o dog we de sorry wa ferry say poto you see sometimes me ka say me nim de nti a edu baby a na enipa ahomaso ni sa etutu asem ni niam bi a enwu hia bi nya no we mi na makwan mu e na wo bo abenso be sam hu ti ka mi nyina na be sam hu ana say mi nyina nche I don't know wo force sam hu ana wa bokeles na wa hyemenim na wa tia break say mi fa mo wachi like a whole lot and I na a have nti said ya yesre ye nuanom driver fo a omo twi san wo kwan we so no yesre omo accident si a eni pepra eni padidem eni pewu enti yesre omo say ye kichaka ye kwa ye be ye nhye no so say sanye wu na be ye ochina he me ka say ye na minam form na me say in fact say nsuo to na okita car na onua nam kwan ho a na wa slow down because say their cars bo nsuo gu me ho no me tell him pabo me say say na nkrofo omunam from satana omu bresa because sometimes people say oh nsuo to na okita car na nipa nam kwan say ya na wa adwen enko wo pentem kra ko ba binti no speed a odi ko no kra no na e bo nsuo gu krofo ho na ade ya me akasa me ka say ya na nsuo to a me nam nsuo no mu a me ko fie a ka bi ka say san mo nyina bo nsuo gu se matale na me say no then next time it have finance nsuo to a me ampa na mako slow ko me hu say my me ko speed a e bia no bi nam kwan ho no bi ba na mako bo nsuo a de egu ni ho e bi kwa no ko ba bi na mako sei natalium enti asekan fo ye nyina ikita ka de bia 24/7 nam kwan so ye nya nipa wabotre na enya odo ne timama ye nua ganafo ne timamfo sa se semsisa madwen na wo so sisa wadwen na enyina ya adwen komprekupe se ebenya enua ne nyina ho do ene ntiase a se dia ya adwen tie na ebe sisa na manema ye be gana akọ se enye wo a na ye wo nua ne ho kire na uni problem eye wudi a na wo tie mu but eye wo nua de a huli ene problem bi ene wo eye dis adwen se timu a the table will always turn. The table will always turn. So when the table turn, it will go against you. It is a who say nene ye wu na ye wu nue bi na ho how nti na nye wasem wa. When the table turn, you are also going to feel the same thing.
Yes.
It ye ma ye nyina ye nhwe see the be ya betime to enema ye emra ye kitation ye dinam kwan so.
All right, bigidi say asempa ye say eyetia.
Yeah.
Edro so ebeje wa atrema. Dia ya kan ye mfa kwa adwendwe mu na ye hu ni say nipa ho odin ketwa bi ene ya woti hyen mu a wosi yenja o na wo de chese wo na I mean sometimes nipa be so arrogant to the extent say they see themselves above everyone. And sometimes no nipa no nam from no don't undermine people who are walking on the street.
You don't know that person.
Who nim nipa no so.
True.
Ono so your driver wa parking the car si baby o.
No, yeah.
Na me kai say story bi o kwa bi o say oh mama ma lift in the car yibi. Afei de nipa oh there be miss me the car by o ko bi the car na say ne de no cry sen wo de no cry.
Oton de be 100
pieces. What you say? But who people in a simple way don't undermine them. We will name and shame. We will make the report and appropriate time no. Ye nya ne din a ye de betudwa. Ye be name shame. Te say de me be name shame police ni bi.
Okay.
Police ni ba ko.
Okay.
O wachim so adro.
Okay.
I will name him and shame him.
Okay.
Yes. The dino and the decay. But time no so ye. And the decay. Nothing K to us, so wild dream for quite dream. I will name and shame you, Mr. Officer. I will name and shame you for what you did. Because I have the evidence. I will not come and sit on air and say this without evidence. I will be able to substantiate my allegation. This is even not allegation. I'm not alleging. It's a fact. And he cannot deny it. He can't. I will name and shame him. The first time I spared one officer in Odan because of impeniophobia. Second time, Swedro. But this time round, I am going to name them and shame them because we are building the Ghana we want. We are resetting, right?
Yes, all of us are resetting. We have to reset everything.
Everything. We can't continue that way.
Yes.
And you know, we will go on that trend because if that will solve the problem. Ye did what temo. Ye be kan no kra na kire for. Ni a kire mo say na waye. Wo say enya no kra. Take it up. Ni yeso yemfa evidence nimbra. Yemfa your richness nimbra. Ni yehwe de obedi nkunim. Na so challenges now ya ye be write petition against you. Ye nro watade. Adwuma waye so many years. Ye be have bia be kwa kodru. Aden. If you need millions of cedis, if you need hundreds of cedis, somebody also need it. Why do you extort from that person? I didn't know also ode or shebi ade ni say ojis na oje e hyaso ni ade. If you continue to do that, and I just say be amante, I will name and shame you. I will not spare anyone. Na sa won tia se so a take it up because maybe before me over bet na ha no. I'm a body say officer way and adwuma penny way and na way why you say no. Then I have the evidence. I will not I know the law. I will not defile or defame you. I won't do that. But first aba, second aba. And then they were also tell no crowd here. What do you say? Enti ebe ma tiefo atibi. Ni a catch room. Ni a bold in we are me pennyful name, no. I'm going to mention it and I will narrate the story. I will call people, the victim. I will call them on radio and they will narrate it. We will shame you, Mr. Officer. We will shame you. Aya dosun dodo. Aden. Unko na munye iska. And I'm going to say, yes, sorry, and I say, yes, I told you, people have to borrow to come and pay some of this unnecessary payment. Adenti. Yet your mind moves now. I say a chronobo, say a pubu. But you can't swap on per se. We are going to say it without your favor. No man penny cry ya kana. So we are going to say it. Dog.
Okay. On my one sem de you be jam amono maka because I see the cancer resetting na say mutimi tu na meyi because Ghana niam bi ekobone nti me gidi say we de uka ebeboa na dia onye ne yie no aye ne yie na ma oman na konanim. Moga ma memfa asida kase emfa ma wa no pei na me san chia watiefu wa no pei na me nka chu bibia say Yesu adaruma yeti nkwamu de bibia ebeye yie. Me din Dr. Perfect. Dr. Penny Amida Perfect Herbal Hospital no ewo Ghana ni Akimodan ha. Uba Akimodan ha me wo Odan Aseni Siawo Junction. Odan Aseni Siawo Junction. Ho na me hospital no wo. Clinic ni ye Perfect Herbal Hospital. Perfect Herbal Hospital. Na ye ka Perfect Herbal Hospital a ye Herbal Hospital a ye di imfidie ebibiduro enimudie eni onyankopon tumi ena esan yade. Na yadi a yedi ho kontrepa wo Perfect Herbal Hospital diabetes ni hypertension. So bi wo diabetes ni hypertension ni eni yadi a ya na yedi ho kontrepa wo Perfect Herbal Hospital ho. Ye ka woni nyina nyame adaroma enimudie ni enru a ye wonti ni nyina yetimi boa. Na ade soronko a e ma Perfect fo ye dem soronko ne se ye honko ani ba bia wo ba ye mbisa wo yade ye mbisa se ede na ye na obeka wo yade a kire ansa na ye de ho adurama da bi ye de wo kan de wutu efidie so diagnose o scan o eye oniema ye se ye ni nyina ye hwehwemu wo ni pedwem yi ansa na ye hu se okay wo yade ni ye ABCD ansa na ye de ho adura ede ama ye nkwanso ni Herbal Hospital sa ye dwumade ade ni nyina ne se wo de yade ni bedan ye nkwa na se wo ma ye kwan a you make sure say we yade na betu ase e de ama wo ye nye ya no mu a ye ma wadro na say yade no conform e chena na asaba because enipa won kwa na wade nyina ye wadaje wo mbre wo nipa ho a ye pese nipa bi o yare bia no etwa se onya ayaresa se dia menua penita ka se yare wo ho dia na yaresa nso ye den e wo ho enti ye kai odaman na etiefu a timasen etiefu ni nyina se Dr. Perfect asoye ene ya asoye a o ma me yare o papa yare o nua bi yare wanka sample na ho dodo wo niam bi enkoye wo system no mu a fa bedan Perfect Herbal Hospital ewo Odan Aseni na yemu a na yentu niam asema wo na nya ho odin nya pomodin ko wafuom na koye wadwuma anope se ye ka se obi ntimi nante o se ne sisi ne kotodwe ne tu asem twetwe no tese ne santime sinsin asese bi anansi ache no anansi sunye dampare ne but dampare so izako oni hobi onye Christian tete yomu no na wetimi akwakochew nti ye ma anansi enchi ni pa sansa anansi ni yare echi ni pa ni nyina ne sciatica nerves na problems abanwo a fa bedan Perfect Herbal Hospital ye fa bibidro ento ase ne ye mfa muwa ene bibi a me ka kọ eyo omo hawo no ye eni yade mesre me nua ma me ni papa ne mu nyina ne se eni yade e very dangerous na the rate anansen ye eni yade e kosoro no mesre ma me no se ye nhwe nyeme bi yi na ye sisa nyeme bi ye nsade a e de o hawo kase bebre nde enche bia no bibebe na ni besase e frafra e wo Ghana ha eni panso wani franso a na se eya asem kase problem a ekoso ma eni yade adoso ma gbebe na ni ese ni nyina ne se the kind of treatment ye wo efa eni yade ho no ye nwi hu yie na enye sa na tie de entie sa na tie ni se eye drops a edi gu eni so no enye yade bia na edi eye drop gu so e wo eni so ye wo eni yade bi wo wa wo di eye drop gu so a ebeboa wo eni ye wo eni yade bi wo di eye drop gu so a wasem kra na makwa doctor ni a ebemu enimu a me wo hu nimudie ewo hunro eye ho adwuma kase pint no me fa akonwa we so a kyerɛkyerɛ eniyade mu kakra kyerɛ tiefo na yɛhwɛ sɛ onua bi wo bia na o maame wo sa problem no bia ohu ko afa so obetimi asa ya obesane ho yade na waye free sɛ wa afa maame ho mpo na obetie mi futu wewe na obetu ho na mo yie na obenya ya resample a mepe esan say enipa ni enti say other part of your body a obetimi bibia asesa no wani di asɛ ya na asɛ uye wuhwia enye yie wani so na ye wukane a asɛ eni ho a untumi nkomba eti ye ka eni ho asɛm a na menya abotre ka ne yi pa ye wo any problem to say glaucoma ebi ye cataract ye ta fe ni say ete ene ba ke bi wo so ye fe ni myopic ene ye wo eye pressure dia me ka ni nyina ye eni yade ana problem e wo ni so eti ma watani no etimi ye more number 2 so wo eye pressure osi meni no eye kusu me hu ade enko akire obi ba eya me hu no yie gise me han mani kakra ebi okra na gise obe mi pa asa na metimi hu no ene ye fe no eye pressure enu so ye fa eye drop nguso enu no eye eye cells no o cells na moja no femu no ena clot bia den abem nti moja na air pompi ba ni so no e wo form eti na ma ni no site no entimi nko akire no it we call it eye pressure. The pressure is low because say unya high pressure to see far but wo low pressure wo wani so a amount mi hu ade no clear eti ba sa na ye wutirim na problem ne den e free eti ye mfa eye drop ngu eye surface no so nya sa ubesei wani no enu hia odeduru a ubenum ebe boama wo eye cells no betimi eye den ama blood na pumping yi the only problem is betimi use eye drop eye dia glaucoma are you getting my point say glaucoma wani so a sometimes no on say na wani kala no kwa eden esesa you see that obi was about glaucoma hu ahun say ni no kala na eden fita no kwa change bia eden abaso and all the eye drop gusu a me no be ya adwin say no encure but eno crap on ema I say is always clean your eye eyi surface no so say na be ya enye west that is the only thing but na kwa say eno bi wo eni yade bia oko hospital bia na amano eye drop it is the only treatment obi any more eye drop omuni go mani so and Morgan I can tell you on the fact say problems are a critical microphone anu din ni obi be no nim no ni money eye drop obu onko hospital
onya ko pharmacy bia
so si meni no mi hu ade ye si ji eye drop aguso
ono kasa tibi correct me talk eye drop because e bia ade ye nani ono ade drop beguso
ono ade go na no me share brand ni ni eye ko doctor meni no ya mi posa ekeka me e wo me ye me ya na me de eye drop aguso na me say oh mami eye drop na odi go so no eno na ma we case ni ye west jai eye drop no be 2-3 months na hwe ade minu kasi ni no asanse recover it means that we hu sa no kware we a kan ni be say no ano no it means from say glaucoma na ebia udi eye drop guso a menu be ya adwene because ebe clean surface of the eye no but enukra no encure no ye wo eye drop bebre a eye natural organic product a ye mfangu eye no so na mo ubenum akọ onipeduanum na aboa esiesie o cells no because when no se be hwe ade yi a efiutrim ene mani ba because ho na eye cells no ye wo eti se bobo ya so ebitumi dum ebitumi hye enti ye wo nru a approve u cells no na mana bright na wani metimi aye den aye kama eti etiefu bi tie mi na se neni ni ye any problem no wo e wo neni so a mepa mo chew munjai eye drop na mo use no enye the best way to solve eye problems. Come to Perfect Herbal Hospital na beti natural organic herbs eye be buaw na se cataract ne wo so a etimi afri so se ye eye pressure se myopic se glaucoma ye buaw ma ye ma the good treatment sometime cramp no here enduane bi wo a udi cramp no eno na e course wani ni problem ma but bebre na enim ye wo enduane bi wo a udi ni bebre a e course eye problems but they don't know so unya eye specialist obi owo ni mudie we ni yade ho obi owo adoma kire betimi aboa wo na wa kire kire se edro we na wo hia this is how I say wo hwe diet yi na wani no problems no ankoye west because they tia na pemi kan ni wasem na Morgan eni ni de say ya na say you
no there is no
untimi wonu panie untimi nya no hwe untimi treat ni say na say
be ma artificial de ahye ho ba
ebe na timi ho ade
ehu ade na hye for cosmetic purposes
so what is the purpose of you putting artificial
so was here ni ko ho
yes and I make a check for say so be wo cataract say e tell woni so a the solution is not operation
cataract
yes the benefit say o we tell woni so a the man say e be an operation say ye operation in there and now ye operation here you feel a little bit okay but I can tell you say within a few years to come, and sometimes for a month, na when you na ye west cry. And it say obi tie me anope na owo etel when so a na ye catch some kwa operation na say onya nye ya me to me sa friend say omra perfect herbal hospital e mani nko ye operation answer o me sha Dr. Perfect na me man natural organic herbs ye dia ba eboa etu eteno efi wani so amana ye kama obi wa wani no etene wo so enti so ka so kwa ye operation na bi wa ye baako na akwa affect baako so aka ho bebre na compress doctor makoye operation first omo ye baako na nsen baako no so because so ye we operation na obon se na afei we ni nyina shift abetu baako no so na no so the problem se den ahyase eba ukoye tu ni nyina operation so a enche bia na agigon it is the best this much be said so what cataract the solution no nye operation is kokoye
okay
you have to treat it. Yet me treat cataract mani ko ete esi wani so ye treat mani ko. I have many people who are maltreated with the natural organic herbs and omani no asa abeye yi. Ena mama mfa asem wensuma omo diabetes ni hypertension.
Okay.
Because one of the problems are emani peninya problem kese pa and say the cause of eye problem kese pa you be award diabetes any hypertension.
Okay.
O diabetes ni hypertension your next infect you know weni because sometimes the chemicals now would the co system a more reactions now a bus straight to your eye because eye ade the ejuma no blood moja nkwana wani the ejuma enti moja no so no say nyima bi ko frefrem say chemicals a pomba wani so a e de o say e be wani so to bi wo diabetes ana say owo hypertension abofodro edi mo hospital no mo no enye onu kwa na the only solution betimi treat your mama.
Okay.
Abofodro no enu ye for temporary use and I say anu no udi susu anu but enu no encure eche no benu mu ache the more now no mu chenso a na the problem say den ebrew and so what diabetes ni hypertension you hear perfect herbal hospital e wa asene siawo junction na be share Dr. Perfect na dia mike ni nyina no ehunro ehunimde ehu akade wo ho a ebetimi di aboa wo na yade bi ekoso wo problem no na se wani so no yetimi aboa wo me so what diabetes ni hypertension bra ye ntia e 3 months ebetu ase ama wo ma me sensi so biom se bia ye nkomo ye wo de na umma ye hoda upese obesra ye this week ana pese obesra ye na ye nhwe wo how di ma wo unimu ahobo a se odi ba de etie ni se ye share ni nyina nse wo ba obehia folder obehia card ese do two machine so ese itimi diagnose wiye asana ya ma waduro na ahobo ni nyina 600 Ghana cedis ahobo ni nyina 600 Ghana cedis mesi so biom ahobo ni nyina 600 Ghana cedis for the first time ubesra perfect for no for sike ni nyina egu fie for mu 6 million pe na bra ye ma folder ye ma card e do two machine so na asama waduro ai den ataso ye pese wo mra na ni ye betena se na ni ye bedi nkomo na ye mu na ye hwe problem ko na wo mu no ansa na ya hye ya betimi di aboa to ase den e di ama wa ma na wutifie na eya se osika no enoso osika no enso na onima hobo ese odiba na o twen sika bi na o pedodo asa na waba papa ebeye west o de 600 Ghana cedis at the first time awuba se na be betimi di wa trans yie na ye hu hawo na ekoso no yie na ya kire o kwan fa se betimi ya den etu ase e di ama wo utu sa na mawe e wo na otwen mu busumi ni afi we mu a me hya wo bo Yesu di mu se yade na atena wo so for so many years ayaresa ebeba ama wo so onwu atumi ayeden atọ ma me nka kire odaman eni ye ma no mo dwemu anyina no pe se nyame ya adom na sa adom bi du ye ya memini de be ya Dr. Perfect eba odan main market num me ba odan main market num na no me nya course dog mati say si ubeye na market ye yem say odan anamebwa main station is it the main station okay odan
market ni the boom
okay main station wo
yes
dog one pa anam say me the machine nyina be say wow what the machine nyina ba for free
screen ni na
because nipa of frame no oba me hoda
yes
enti onim de we me fidie no eye adwuma sefa eno onim de we a me sitie enti obisa me say and then me be yes I didn't know free and I'm saying I know and then maybe oba no ni moko twen na ka wonam so da bi say who twen so na o ya de no so twen no we ya akonwa kese a ye ma me no mu anya o si ni wato no but still obesa ba be ye check up no free because of say ye di machine no be hwe no free mo ga free no machine boarding and now the juma so eboa e ma hu system ni yi aduane ese wudie ubra group ya de bia bi baba de abesin ko no bia wonum ayemo awo ni nyina machine betimi aka kyerɛw etimetu msa frame ma menum ye nua ma num ejanum ebusiafo bi biara pe na pomudin ye se Mother's Day ya mimi de be ye di be hye so be ye digital screen ya ma odaman no obi bia enhia me e wo da main station ho na ye mfa dwumadie ehye so na emboa na ayaresan ye hwe wa afiwe mu no ye nsa etumi eka anope mi kai wo se mi wo odan asene Siawu Junction odan asene Siawu Junction o buy and change for the first time pe 600 Ghana cedi fa be sra ye na ye ni enye ehihye na ye muwa na yare na atena wo so ache no ye ntu ase emfama wo o person of Dr. Perfecta eye 0550 96.1 52 96 28
okay
0550 52 96 28 Mrs. Obium 0550 52 96 28 me wo order asene
ye better was say
me dan so ase
good abusia Dr. Perfect and now turning kano nyame yadomo a memini da Achimansa FM Mother's Day jumedie bia no Eastern Region henina ye na yekuta title no ye na ye ma ye ma minimum feelings ampa sebe omo kra yen boso menkron no oma mbrengu kwa ye hwomanu nyam na ye ne mu edin sawoso se ka ye ma minimum nko ade a ende wo se ka de no kra ye free but we ne say wa wo ye eba no wona bo ma me hoka no wu sampa sabribi maame gya ne ntuma bi o gya ne na bosuo bi ne duku bi no de hwe wo no wo so ebraso se wo hye no nimonyam enti no 30 Ghana cedis one ticket na 30 Ghana cedis na ga ahia ba we sponsors wo nti omo so amount your sponsors no so the amount ticket no ukọ Eden restaurant ubenya bi Eden restaurant asundweba phones ye de bi akwakoja hodomo na wakwaji bi ewo hodomo asundweba phones so eboa yen papa be kind enterprise ukọ ha ubenya bi ewo edwanechi wo enti udu dwom hodomo a e ma me dwedi form ba no enra o me save die so kra a chese ho asem nkan wie ye gu so ayeka but anopai no ye betie na edi nkomo kakra na ya kyerɛkyerɛ wo nsɛm bi mu na ya ne mpanyefo bi so akasa ba membi zawo sa ayembi a wato asase da na oto asase no ɛho hyehyɛ kɔyɛ ɛsɛn nkrataa bɛn na wo yɛ fa ho onim sɛ nsɛm a ɛkɔ so wɔ nkran ɛnam so ma binom po afa ho anya adwuma sɛbe menim sɛ yɛ adwuma papa o sɛ land guards na womode ye ne omo ye wo ho no kamia se Achimansa blog yensa ase no nso yasa na esan se yasa nti tichiri oda eni aboabo yasa nti se yanhwe na wan yan kyerɛkyerɛw anamo wa wasa wutu se wo to obi asase ana sa wudi asase bi hu nkomo a wanhwe no yie a na de etoto nkrofo won kran na langas ebam no na bi beba ha na langas fo yi konkran yi sabe enye asempapada anye etututu a na yesekantwe yempene saa enti Achimansa FM nsem bebre ba yanim ankofo de complain ba ena we ye say we I say enye ni na wo se de wo mo nsem no atudwa na emum ne ayebetimi an se ye ye ho nkyerɛkyerɛ de ma omanfo na wo so a wotie mi no unkonya saa ohaw ne bi sei ne de kyerɛ man enti senka situation bi si a na ban bo ho asɛm a na posifo afa ho na ma ye ho nkyerɛkyerɛ sɛ sei na sisi a no akronfo no de kɔ na wo wada ho so ɛhɔ na problem na solve it. So based on circumstances precedent no ne nema bi asiso nti ene yebesua bibi afa nsase sɛm ho na yɛpɛsɛ yɛboa wo na wote aseɛ sempo asase no wato ye bisa se nkrata ese fata no waya na unye ya ohabe na obetimi ahia na se ohaw no po ba anamon be na obetimi atu megidi se asase eye bibia esombo edema yen na me kire me mofra bi ade depreciation se ade a wo obehu se phone na auto ne nne ana car na auto ne na edi afe ana mfie menu na wo ton a obehu se ne bo no aba fom sa na tie na ne tie ne se depreciate but ade ba ko a me kire o se appreciate ya asase se nne ya me ne wo kase sika bi da Nsem na hu bebi a de be ya pa asase 1 plot bi 3 acres bi now they fato ho mfie miensa ntem no anhwe ya obeton no te se nya oton no enne no mbaho mienu ana miensa enne no ye ka se asase na appreciate enti nkofo ofum asase nkofo ton asase ebi so ton asase na hu krata asam ne te sen se utie mi na so wo hu nkomo asembisa pani ametwe ade ne eba ha no na wabisa no na watumi ayiwa no but ansa na no mehwe se mebo awura mu na meni pedifo bi edi nkomo efa obanpanyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne nsɛm a na ni ɔde tu dwa no yendi ho nkomo na yembisa sɛ san na wo hu no ɛfa na yɛyɛ ma yɔsɛm na afei yɛbɛdwendwe yɛso yɛ ho na yɛhu sɛ na ɛteɛ.
In my 120-day social contract with the people of Ghana, I pledged to restore discipline, integrity, and accountability into our governance. Today, we're taking an important step towards fulfilling that promise with the official launch of the Code of Conduct for political appointees. This code represents a bold declaration of the standards we must uphold as servants of the public. It reflects our commitment to build a government that is ethical, responsive, and worthy of the people's trust. Let me be clear. This document is not a ceremonial one. It is a living and enforceable framework that outlines what is expected of every individual appointed under this administration. Though the document often uses the term minister, it applies broadly to deputy ministers as well, to presidential staffers, to chief executive officers and their deputies, to members of the Council of State, to board members, and other political appointees within the executive arm of government. And I include myself. It applies to my vice president, myself, the president, the chief of staff, the executive secretary, all advisors. All of us are bound by this code of conduct. This is a government of shared responsibility, and there will be no sacred cows. Why do we need a code of conduct? Because we must build a new political culture, one that is rooted in transparency, humility, and ethical leadership. Ghanaians deserve leaders who serve with honor and put the public interest ahead of their personal gain. This code is designed to guide our actions and decision-making and to make clear the consequences that will happen when we fall short. Now let me highlight a few key principles and provisions of the code. All political appointees must serve the public with integrity and impartiality, must place the national interest above their personal interest, must avoid misuse of office or state resources, must declare and manage any potential conflict of interest, must eschew opulence, be accountable for every cedi or public money you spend, and be humble in service, measured in language, and respectful to citizens at all times. You are not in office to wield power. You are here to serve the people of Ghana. The second is conflict of interest. Any situation that creates a conflict between your personal interest and your official duties must be avoided or disclosed. This includes holding stakes in companies that deal with government or with your ministries, using insider knowledge for your personal benefit. Awarding contracts to entities that are connected to yourself or your close family. If you're a dormant partner in any business engaging with the government, even outside your ministry, you must disclose it in writing to this office. Not through a telephone call, not through a relative, you must submit an official declaration. Failure to do so will result in disciplinary action. Number 3, interest of friends and family. Public perception matters. You must avoid making decisions that benefit your relatives or your close friends. You must not recommend them for contracts or appointments. If your actions give even the appearance of bias, you compromise the integrity of your office. Number 4, gifts and hampers. We all know our cultural fondness for gifts, but we must now draw a clear line between appreciation and influence. Appointees are prohibited from accepting gifts or favors, especially from companies or individuals with interest in governmental decisions. If a gift is received during an official engagement and its estimated value exceeds 20,000 Ghana cedis, it must be declared. And upon leaving office, the gift must be surrendered unless expressly permitted to retain it by the President. As for hampers and gift items, no government funds, including internally generated funds, are to be used to purchase or distribute hampers. The only exception is modest gifts to staff as a reward for excellence or retirement. For government entities that must distribute hampers or gifts as part of their corporate commercial policy, express permission for the budgeted expenditure must be received from the Office of the Chief of Staff. Ministerial travel. All official or unofficial travel outside Ghana must receive, and the word is prior approval, from the Chief of Staff's office. And after each official trip, a report must be submitted on the trip, and any impressed retired within 14 days after your return. Where government is footing the bill, the trip must be necessary, it must be budgeted for, and aligned with national priorities. Retroactive approvals will no longer be entertained. Prohibition on purchasing state assets. No political appointee under this administration is permitted to purchase state assets, whether land, vehicles, shares, or buildings, directly or indirectly. If you attempt to do so and you are found out, your appointment will be terminated. We are here to protect the national interest, not to help ourselves to the national purse. Sanctions for violation. The code sets out consequences for breach, public apology, from public apology to reprimand, to suspension, to resignation, or ultimately termination. Let me assure you that these sanctions are not cosmetic, they'll be enforced. And I will not hesitate to act firmly and decisively, no matter who is involved. Kindly do not put me in a position where I have to make that drastic choice. Because when it comes to protecting the integrity of this government, I will not compromise. Citizen engagement and reporting. Accountability does not end at the walls of this room and in just one code of conduct. I invite the citizens of Ghana to play a role in monitoring compliance of this code. A portal will be created for the public to report suspected breaches with guarantees of confidentiality and impartial investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, what we launched today is more than a code. It is a declaration of intent. It is the foundation of a new ethos in public service, one that values ethics over expediency, duty over indulgence, country over self. We're here to serve and will serve with honor. On the 18th February 2025, I set a deadline of 31st March 2025 for all appointees who are taking office or being nominated at the time to declare their assets. An update provided by the Auditor General to my office indicate that some of you failed to meet that deadline. For all those who are appointed or nominated before 31st March 2025 and failed to meet the deadline, you are to forfeit 3 months of salary to be donated to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, named after me, Mahama Cares. In addition to 1 month's salary that I've asked all appointees to donate to the Mahama Cares Trust Fund. So it means that those who omitted to declare assets by the date, you are paying 4 months' salary to Mahama Cares. However, if by close of day Wednesday, 7th May 2025, any of you still fails to declare your assets, count yourself automatically dismissed. The assets declaration regime is an important mechanism to check corruption and abuse of office, and it must be respected by all. My brothers and sisters, this is a very strict code, I must admit. But if we abide by this code, it will restore the faith of our people in our democracy. Strict compliance with this code will restore confidence in the political elite and help to consolidate our democracy. And so I expect all of you to do your best to abide by the code. Let us walk this path together with discipline, with humility, and with an unyielding commitment to the people of Ghana. Go ye forth and comply. I thank you, and may God bless us all.
All right, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Shishaya or the Ebayano. Na sɛ wohwɛ saa nhyehyɛeɛ a ɛno ɛna ɛbɛboa ama adwumayɛfoɔ a ɔno wapa wɔ mu sɛ ɔmo nyɛ adwuma ama no ɔmo bɛhwɛ so de ayɛ adwuma ɛno na ɛbɛtenetene ɔmo sɛ yɛmma obiara kwan ma ne ntɔ ɔman no asase ɔman no hyɛn ɔman no n'adan ne agyapadeɛ ahodoɔ a ɛyɛ ɔman no dea ɛnyɛ adeɛ a ɔbɛma ho kwan. Na deɛ ɛbɛboa ne sɛ wasan so sɛ ɔmo de portal a hɔ no woyɛ timamuni ɔman ba na wohu a because ɛnyɛ baabia na ɔmanpanyin no bɛhu na wowɔ timi atia na nso sɛ MC yi no wɔ dan bungalow number 8 dan no yɛhu sɛ ɔɔtɔ na watumi atia ɔmanpanyin nan so na ɔmahwɛ ati ho anamɔ nti wei no ɛnyɛ ɔmanpanyin nko aso die ɛyɛ me ne wo nyinaa no yɛdeɛ. Now there has been some dana ɔka saa nsɛm wei no na nipa bi abɛkyɛ ɔmanpanyin no cars akɛseɛ paa ɛfɛ mmienu a ɛno nso ɔmanpanyin sɛ wɔn de bɛkyɛ no no wagye na ɔgyeeɛ no nso ɔdane no de ama ɔman no. Enti ebinom sɛ dabi yɛnyɛ ne saa ogye na wo donate de ɛno no nyɛ saa awɔ sɛ wo reject ɛni sɛ wogye koraa. Enti wohwɛ cars yi akɛseɛ mmienu a ɛfɛ paa yɛwura John Dramani Mahama wagye na ɔgyeeɛ no wasan so adane sɛ ɛneɛ mode mebɛyɛ ɔmanpanyin no o ɛna nipa no mu bi abɛkyɛ me hyɛn mmienu yi nti ɛhyɛn no mesa dane de ma ɔman no nti na kyɛ sɛ ɛba bɛboa ɔman no adwumayɛ. Na wei ɛna Director of Policy Engagement and Partnership ɛwɔ Center for Democratic Development CDD Ghana akyerɛ sɛ dabi saa deɛ no ɛnyɛ deɛ di kan no ɛni sɛ wogye mpo kantom sɛ wagye awie no wɔ sɛ ɛneɛ mesa dane de ama ɔman no ɔse ɔno de osusu sɛ ɛnyɛ ne kwan so no nti ɔmanpanyin ɔnhwɛ because ɛyɛ very dangerous ɛde ma public office asɛm wei ɛna ɛyɛ Director of Policy Engagement ɛde ato dwa afa saa akyɛdeɛ ho but waka kyerɛ na adwumayɛfoɔ no ɔmo a wafa ɔmo ne sɛ mmɔmo nso ngye akyɛdeɛ na mpo no sɛ wɔbɛgye akyɛdeɛ a ɔde ho nhyehyɛe ɛde aba wotu kwan a ɛnyɛ kwan tuo basabasa na wɔasɔre afa mu ebi mu kura timi de sɛbesɛbe ɔmo mpena no mo anya ne yire ɔde na brɛ o ɔmo mpena no mo no ɔmo de ɔmo atwa ticket ama ɔmo Dubai shopping akɛseɛ no makɔ akɔyɛ ɔse daabi saa kwantuo ni na yɛtwam nti sɛ yɛtwam die a hwan ɛna bɛhu sɛ ampa yɛtwam ɔse ɔmo bɛtu saa kwan na wɔsɛ ɔmo tumi de ba mame mao n'apɔ so bɛyɛ edu bi a ɛwɔ saa nhyehyɛeɛ a ɔmanpanyin de aba na ɔde ma wɔn a ɔne ɔmo bɛyɛ adwuma no ɛyɛ krataa mua ana nwoma ɛyɛ nwoma kɛseɛ paa na nwoma no mu nsɛm no dɔɔso a yɛntumi ɛnhwɛ ɛnkenkan no baako mmaako na wohwɛ ne botae no a ɛma nhyehyɛeɛ a ɛbɛma ahonidi aba aban adwuma mu wɔn a ɛresom no wɔn bɛtumi de suban pa potɔkasɛm no yɛfrɛ no ethical standards so ɔho best practice kwan pa yɛfa so bu ɔman yɛ ɔman adwuma as a public servant sɛ wohwɛ mmiri abɛsen kɔ no a yɛma obi saa dibea no a na ayɛ te sɛ ɔfo sɛ ɔsen obi a ɔmo mbu sɛbe ahemfo mpo na ɔmo se ɔmo kora yɛ powerful nsen obi a but saa deɛ na ɔmo yɛ no ayɛ ama nkurɔfoɔ no bi di yaw sɛ ɔmanfoɔ san sɛ yɛto aba de ma mo ba mo di bere wie na afei de mo bɛ yɛ biribi te sɛ mo kora de mo ba yɛ na yɛ nda fam ɛmfa ma mo dabi ɛnyɛ saa mo ba bɛ som na ɔsomfoɔ deɛ ɛdɛn na yɛ saa som wo mo bɛ pa akyɛ wo you came begging na mo nsa da mo nsa yam a mo pa kyɛw mo hu a beg me pa mo kyɛw me pɛ sɛ me som mo mo nto aba ne ma me party na yɛn bɛ som na afei deɛ yɛde ama wa wie a osi hɛ mo saa mo nya papa na ɔbɛdane w'ani eti sɛ nhyehyɛ yɛ ɔmanpanyin di abɛyi ɛkyerɛ ethical standards best practice for Ghana na ɛno akyi no ɛyɛ nhyehyɛ a ɛbɛko atia corruption kɛtɛasehyɛ prɔyɛ dream kankan apo sisie asisie ɛno na moka no apo si asisie ni apo bɔfoɔ te sɛ papa ya mebɛ nneɛma ahyia mu no ɔbɔ apo sisi nkurɔfoɔ apo sisi nkurɔfoɔ ebe nneɛma ahyia mu no ɔpɛmpo yɛbɛyɛ krataa na nwoma yɛ a ɔmanpanyin ka ho asɛm yi ɛyɛ katafa no baako 66 page document ɛna ɔde ato dwa no na mamembɔ ɛso kakra bi ma wo deɛ di kan no ɛkasa fa zero tolerance for corruption and conflicts of interest sɛ katasehyɛ prɔyɛ nkɔfoɔ yi wɔ adwuma mu na aban sika de nsa bom akɛseɛ no ɔse daabi bere no asesa yɛresɛte ɔman no nti deɛ na moayɛ ne dada no deɛ mohu sɛ mo mpanimfoɔ bi yɛ ne dada no mo a maba nnɛ montumi nyɛ ne saa yɛsɛ deɛ mo adi no ɔmu ni nkɔdeɛ aka ne yɛbɔ ho ban sɛ ɔmanpanyin bɛtumi abɔ Ghana sika ho ban a bosia kora nka yɛnkɔbɔ bio ɛno ne deɛ montumi nyɛ no ɛna yɛbɔ besia bɔ so mutimi bɔ ɔman ne sika ho ban a me say IMF yi nka yɛne ɔmo ɛto nkwanta nke nka etwa so ho enti sanete na conflict of interest na yɛ de adwuma obi wɔ ha yafa no sɛ MCE na ɔse meyere na yɛ so ɛyɛ den na yɛ saa ɛyɛ conflict of interest wontumi fa wo nua anaasɛ wo hofoɔ ɛnsa mba bɛhyɛ ɛma mo contract ne adeɛ friends and family dabi it is against the law ɛnte saa woyɛ ne saa ɛnyɛ enti no ɛno nso ɔse ɔyɛ na ɛyɛ firi hɔ yɛne panyin pa a waben ɛwɔ amambuo mu nkɔmmɔ ne ɛho nhyehyɛe ɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ yɛwura Isaka Amon ɛwɔ ahoma no so wokɔ Facebook a wobɛhu ne live saa nso na YouTube Achimansa 96 ɔwɔ hɔ na yɛnhwɛ na yɛne no ɛndi nkɔmmɔ yɛmfa no mbrɛ mu saa bere yi bra megu so a ɛhwɛ yɛwura Amon anɔpɛ yi yɛma wakye
Mejo so
yɛbɔkɔ deɛ
Adekyee me afena me pen so hye bia no
sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ etiefoɔ bɛhu yie no wobɛma wayi no so kakra na yɛhu o front side aha patroye sa pepepe afei na yehu ye pa eti nkomo no ebe koso yedi kan no ye di nkomo afa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the code of conduct odi ababetuja se womo a oni omo ebe ye adwuma enye susudua emfa ema omo me pacho me susu se sabre de wetie mu ye pa ye bisa se saa nhihye bi sei no kwan bɛn na boa ɛwɔ amambuo mu.
Well, mammo de nipa ho adwuma na nipa ho adwuma from odem ofie watra lorikwam watra kam na onam lorikwan no so ekopie wadwuma mu kura no ni nyina nipa ho adwuma na ɔyɛ ɔdasani nso sɛ onye sika ani tumi a na ne wura fikura sɛ nyame wɔ ɛno nti udi nipa ho adwuma no na ɛwɔ sɛ debia no yɛbɔ wo nkaeɛ brano wa otiti ho ana obi a wɔma wadwuma bia no ɔbɔ wo nkaeɛ sɛ wobɛkae a president Kufuor edu baabi na ɔse ɛwɔ sɛ otiti ne ho na wankwankɔtɔ ahaw mu ne kyerɛ sɛ yɛyɛ dasani yɛyɛ nipa yi deɛ betumi ato ya no sa ɛni nti sɛ president apaw sɛ bɛboa no na yɛmu man na ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ obegya wo saa ma sɛ bio wayɛ deɛ wopɛ na wankogu n'anim ase anhwɛ a fɛ sɛ nimguase no bɛkɔ abusua ne wo ma hɔ na kɔ ekura a otim beebi a wofiri na ebi akɔka Ghana abɛka president no ebi kura betumi aka ɔman Africa nyinaa ɛsan sɛ nifa bɛpɛ nsɛm bi a nneɛma bi a ɔbɛyɛ no ebetumi aha yɛ nyinaa ɛno nti sɛ president ahwɛ no ɔsi ndabi ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtwerɛ biribi a ebetumi aguide me appointees na sɛ ne kwan so ano no
Say okane sadia na yenhwe does it mean say we have had the challenge of government appointees involving themselves in corruption, conflict of interest, asset you kind of almost say almost talk public assets near to themselves and it sanya mano and nunti nama and you know or do we abana because say you need our how na you compare no drama na sisi ano nia abano we no kyerɛ sɛ ampa akɔso nkɔfo atɔ ɔman no cars ɔman no dan ɔman no nsase nkɔfo involve themselves with conflict of interest and corruption ebinom kora declare ɔmo asset no mu ne adeɛ ana ɛno nti na ama ɔde wei abɛyi sɛn na wo no
sɛ nipa ho adwuma sɛ na meka no ɛmamo yɛ nipa ho adwuma nti sɛ nipa ho adwuma ampa na sɛ obiara hwɛ yie na sɛ obiara hwɛ yie nti yes yɛayɛ politics ni bi da ama amaman so nipa dasani ho adwuma yɛ no sɛ na meka no ebi asi pɛn resource no na nyɛ ɛnɛ yi kura yɛ kasa yi nkɔfo bebree wɔ hɔ a aban foforo yi ɛsɛ ɔde ɔmo kɔ court na nka code of ethics wɔ hɔ a ɔmo ɛhyehyɛ ɔmo nneɛma yi a nka nkɔwie wɔ court hɔ nti ɛno deɛ ebi esisi apart from that no nso nipa ho adwuma nipa bi wɔ hɔ a so obehwe police sahini a onya ne baby yeyi ne koi na sena police for na omoni judges kra ne MPs na ewo loro kwaso na ohwese ne omu eyano na akwese nipa da se ni ho adwuma ne ye nti ese obi aye careful na president mpe ni mguase no se bi beka na akoka obi ano te wo so tworo bibi a betimi aye te se o bible o kan bible wi a no asa kan no so aka ho adwuma bi a o pese adwuma no tumpon o be hihye condition of service. Within the condition of service no your code of ethics are ya de kan to what I say enti I don't think say bibia this year twa hu say obi aye bia ma wanya problem nti na ye kwotwe da bi I was say guide ye na ye bibia ya to ya ye ni amana aye totin amaye nyina.
Okay. Na yebe bisa say yenhwe sa nhihye ebinom say Ghana politicians menu akwabna fori or say opa na oje politicians edi akoye say ye hu bi pen o meka ne fefe de say san say ye say prayer foforo prayer pa baby a wote with your background and experience no uhu ni say yewra John Dramani Mahama ne second coming ni asa waba ne nibre so waye krado sa fei obepeja Ghana akonanim ana say eye kasa na akeke do you see some commitment with this code of conduct? Because previously na ban yehu ne course wo na ban no mu bi dia ba from 2013 to 2016 it can be visa ham personal money at the by the end of the day some of them yehu so man shada end so we no ohwa waye krado say odebe adwuma.
Well, so here ni 120 days here. Menya sure say we know ye the be agro. Menya sure meni ni class or the be agro. We know say any brewu aninti na ohihye ni niama enei or the code of conduct aba ohwe se ne ni abrewo even say asset declaration no mu a na wo hu say nani abre and I think say obi a o be mana kasa bebre no o no so be ma waso an hyepa aninti na or the code of conduct na bantem na wa wo hwe na say o pese wo ye eniamo ho a na code no agade wo. And James say I think I have some hope in him. Say obey edwuma no amana bruso.
Onim say ne you know sania ye man we mu akwakoye no ebinom susu say o enya de a be kohwe num ne de keka ho de me pese me bisa eye wohwe womo a abeji tumi abeji dibria ahodo na ebinom ba no de abesin kwa na yenim so politics de okoma na wenya ho esanse omo wo kwan a mo fa so sabi o kwan bone bi so efa sika na omudi nyom ho ntem ena ebi mu se yesu ya ban na aba ebi mu kura hyase che levels yesu ye ba bedidi ekomade ya che ye ba bedidi ohwe se na ekoyi a young guys be breso anu apeki omo betimi aka se afi no mo efefe omo abobrade afi no mo fefe omo betimi stand by this and now say ebeye the business as usual we will get some of them or be disappointed the president.
Well, the old can the minim baby afraid yet. So be case binimedi komadi ache yo se sana o de badia o ba beto president mama nsoni ni team no ho pesan se amamu no nye sikawia ana se kom de obia menti yenso enye sanete amamu no se ye hwe ma timamufo atumpon omo life omo abrabo mo atumpon enti se o de ye krono ana se o plan na ne se o ba be wia no akwa ayeko me bo abaso koso na obi a ya che no no ono ye kromfo enti selfies o ye smart na wo betimi aye kokwasa bi a me bo nsema man koso esan se so use story na ebe catch you say enam ne be pro a efiri ni tirim enti se president na di kan catch you say Pauli me nsem ye clean me catch you say obi anyese na wo de o beye de o pa koso na ninsa so mu a ana obehu se even say wo ho kwan se wudi sanse hu na so se uni hu kwan se wa ma o mu warning by close of day and no wa won declare asset no and na wa ukofie eni nyo no obe sake ba wa na o sake o mantise na nado ye sabi enti we no be different ti enya rehire woni mu.
Okay. My young share, Sanya, Ochre, you know. Womua, Yadiomasi, Dibia Hodo, Ano, Obia, Bon Body, so by any family, dear. Dear, my person may be sending a banner, say, Yadi, a dear way, ye, Juma, many will be a tea. And then by close of day, ye be there, and pussy, a simacy of Bentin were declared because as it stands now, the Auditor General to me publish or more declare any more moon declare Emma Ghana for you. The Auditor General is so only your mother conduct rather. Sempono, Catasician Proye Becoswa, or being declared across you catch on some declare me the Baba a farnimu because ye be so young. Transparency on this declaration nominate Sanya me. Ye be then you.
Well, say unim say you RTI bill wo ho ana RTI law e wo ho nti adentina atwemansa mon tro nkoma ai auditor general say anipa san na a register a declare yes auditor general the besia na so obe catch you say the fourth estate ekoye omode betu dwa say anipa be 5 be couple of people be na nye me sure say by now obi aye ansana kwa president edi emra ne ba na obi adimrika akoye because o de me ne won ye de ne say ye betwero akọ ni akobisa enti yanka se ko ni enko kire wudi ewo mu say we were declare no bibia nche say e was say isi ukwan e was obi atimi hu enti it is up to you obeka kobisa.
Sir, on my opinion, say transparency. It's now on man Auditor General. So far, appointees to do say now. I say we didn't in Cassia call activity out here and San and Kaba for transparency's sake. And I think Auditor General, but so far the following people have declared their asset. Where for public knowledge and interest. News and part this time around, institutions are working. They are giving public information to advance transparency. And I say you still stand by saying Yanko activity out here and Sanaba and no crab take you 14 days.
Well, adwuma no yen somawa na wa o ma o kasa saa na apesa o kire no adentina amanfo take oath of secrecy e wa adwuma mu enye se o ye auditor general nti na wa no ka wa saa dabi twemi emebisa wansa eno so mi hu be bia transparency ni wo ade akobisa na nsi yem fa ma wo fine na ya kasa auditor general under ni commentator na activities be be ko bia na beto na kasa sa dabi it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Bano Sisiano Oshe Era GM Ninsam Yawakin. One of the key points near Yabeka say no purchase of state assets. Say untumin to or mine Japadia bia sempo no bibisa now better just say or about or non chief of staff ho near dear. Omu now see a party ma chief of staff we na your papa. Or no so cry no baby ametini ni amenama metiti ai. Betimi entimi ko ba say obi cry hu say we hu ka we me pesa meto na ono so enfo aso ana se kwan ben so ne be hu say oh de omu ye die sebe wo mu de ni die pa na ye adwuma purchase of state assets ene kwan a we bia di ato ho say yento na ye beto say we beto cry na ope bibisa fabra chief of staff ho de I say de emu ye me na kakra.
Well, enu e better since ye bia tum ho na obi to de wan hwe ya obi akoto stadium kra. Enti better e bia na bibi wo ho a ba bia duru no wo se ye ton ala. Then we go through the due process. Na de na ebinimu ye nansen aban aduma kra na o makofa na ye ton. Na ande na fe be du ba bi na no o hyedodo. Enti wo the rules kakra ba ho na en shaping ne kakra why not as a chief of staff no so anye se yese uku hunu pe na no anu no wanya akwan na dabi it doesn't work like that. Enti yenya ureche mo no dika ka se oye na appointee forget say ubenya state asset forget. But ebia na bibi fufuro bi wo ba bia no enye enheda nye serious asset bia sorry you think say you can acquire it, that's fine. And unti by onti mean close windows no sa there should be some enye watertight sa esa na say chance bi kwa wo ba bi na bibi papa bi na obi pa I kwa wo ho a na akwese wasi ni kwan nti ese obi e window kakra bi to na ye di fam nti ye hwe se window no enkodane door a enu na hia
Say the floodgate has been narrowed now any floodgate bio ya limited no
yeah maybe za
yembra gift any hampers no so or say gifts exceeding 20,000 must be declared to cabinet. There is another school of thought. You are Bakoso Chrese, even 20,000 is too much. Kebramba 5,000. Or thought ASA.
Well, in the first place, you know, country biani senior omusi manage omuni amafa ebi wo ho a they don't accept gift is out of their body politicking ana yensu ya hai okwa ahemfo ho kra na o mfa onsa pan ko ho snap any envelope bi de na da so na ansa na yebetie wasem kra no enti yesu so ye accept a gift enti at what point a gift no ebe than a bribe to influence your decision yɛmfa no sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛsi swimming pool wɔ ɔda anaa samankɛse na assembly na bie tender na wo a me ne wo kasa yi wawini na wakɔ execute adwuma no wawie sese wawie no o de yɛsafo abrɛ yɛn sɛ mawie swimming pool no nti monye mosafo a yo o kɔ no na sɛ a madwuma na ma madwuma mabɔ envelope yi monye na o de ato hɔ a yɛn sanfa ma o sɛ fa wade kɔ sɛ yɛnyɛ abrɔfo a na yɛnyɛ sojafo yɛyɛ Ghanafoɔ and we accept gift.
Okay.
Even Ghana akra yɛwɔ gift tax. Yeah, so whether obi bɛka say 5,000 o other than one can say 100 cedis and then it will be a choice. The president thinks say 20,000 is the limit, so be it, but you're making sure say enkoye sike bi a betimi influence decision enu pe na hia me na say normal
because say a man 15,000, 18,000, 19,000 can't it influence the decision based on obi crap say be onya space bi e wo ye krom hanum ba bi ye bibia na koma MCE gift of 19,000 say ndu ye
yeah. And scenario na me man no is different from the woman. Yes. Influence decision, then it becomes something else. Okay. And that is not what we are referring to. What we are referring to is a gift, which is different from bribe. It's clear distinction. Say be a
public officer, Chief Mami Bisa, as a public officer, MCE, a CEO, a Juma Ben Waya Memo gift because you awarded me a contract.
A cocoa bisa ni patrona or the gift in the common name. Mia mitiwa or the bremia ubisa mi minyende. Some meeting baby. And or bremi gift. Medical actually will say Ghana Hano, ye gift. That is why we even have a gift tax. And to say meeting baby no abe mami gift. Ubisa mze Juma Ben Maya and to the buy and ma pamo sefako. Esan say me pesca minim de edisika yes I like
okay eti mate de o kana so ase ma ye hwe se sana o kan si de a no so eto asumu bako a wasan so di hu komo ye social media and public conduct eno so ya de a ya suffer in the hands of politicians, and it appears that just recently there is some discussions and conversation going on. Yes, say ministers. In that case, no, this document mention ministers. Or my ministers as such, but everyone, every appointee, including government appointees, are mobile assembly. Say they must maintain civility. May ubi samia one of the deficits and as a deficiency of civility. I said the civility is too low. I say offensive language, undermining the judiciary and government agencies, public attacks on institutions. Sanema we nano e kan hwehwe a ode abayi hu. Aban adwuma efo a yeyi omo. Anase aban anamsifo a weyi omo. Omutumi kasa obi kra say, "Do you know who I am? Are you my co-equal?" Na wa kire say o che level, che say wonye ni tipen. O be kire wati wa kakra.
Tria.
Who about chia? Who say tria? All these things ye who be, ye who near keka hono ni ade. Yenhwe, could this code of conduct address this situation?
Well, say me intro no, me catch that was say nipa ni bi wo ho a ohun sika any tumi a na ne refi krase nyame wo ho. Na fe officer onu nkwa na onu na okasa se obi aye din. Enti we no ba omo kokko saafo no hu se amamu no ana nipa ho adwuma okwa minimum MC bi a osifri ni ka mu a ono obi ankasa o agye se wakotena se ni sofo nso na kire ni saa o se ni malam na kire ni saa o ono obi ankasa agye se wakotena okotena wie na okọ no office dia so obechia no na agye so ba so osifri ni ka mu pa ko security fo ete ho omo titi ewo kwan ho chese o mfie obia well no wa bokoko no nipa ho adwuma na wo ye no nti o se wunya abotre na oni nipa no etenasi yi emse ne kwaso ano no ebebo aye na etutura sem ne nyama hunu bi aye no ano bebrase
bisa we say na fe yembra de twatwo no so o say quid pro quo and ye nim say adwuma mu panyimfo de bebre na no de influence peddling and quid pro quo ha dwe papa ebinumu de jinkrofo niema ebinumu squad de je ebinumu girls ni ade a ebi so de je ebinumu boys o say sa niema we no odi opposition DG favors be family and friends be no niema no something for something give me this I'll give you that for to better golf sa niema ni na no ompe wona mambu mu ene ne na appointees no omo adwuma mu beye mu o reaction to say
well so pe adwuma na mana yeye ope se ye nyina ho toye ye nyina ye ntena office na obi an respect ne office anya say because we CEO ntino o de bia na ehunahuna ne se ofa bronya ho ewe crackers na enkofo yerenum na ade dabi o de saa etena office wo na ne nsa kan se onya evidence bia say waso be shipa say it is in the right direction na ma community no agro yi enye minim papa bia na o se o ye marriage counselor ekobi ase no na enkofo yerenum a ntokwasi a ye de abre no no adefe wo mo no mo ayeyi che o desire kotena impenyindie mu a you must be warned and duly warned. Say the president is not going to entertain such things. I think that it is in the right direction. Yeah.
eba sa portal no Ghana for yeti odan ha yi na ye MCA ye yi no oda suban bi ne ye bi a ye fo say any code of conduct no emfa ye mfa portal no so mba amane eno so mpo no wo a wo boss amane no obehwe say ye bebo ho ban na obi mbetete obi mbedi wani na nka say wona simasi ye say obentin ye say no wona akokan ye because Ghana for passem strasem eteda bi a yeti radio so yi ebinom timi be kan we I say opese otu one amon ba okodu penifo ni ma baby saw say adanse anyway o say okwa amembo medi ho na no otu anamu na enye yi yenhwe se portal yi eba ne ye de nsem no kra ko a would he have the political will to act on it knowing President John Dramani Mahama ayenim no ujidi so be acting
Well, so here, oh no, this time no, onko abemu biu into originidin no akọ. Menyo se so be entertaini insenhunu bia na ode akotena fie. Until this time no, this is where I was say ye nyina yetimi man the necessary support. No the manage the team no. Because over here I okase or the 60 nipa 60 na de be adwuma. Ampanyampa 60 no kra no nyenui but adwuma no koso. That goes to tell you say or the ase or the ne kasa no or the adani or mana esi ho. Enti I was say ye man is a benefit of the doubt no. Na yes yes agidie no wonu. I think say so far no we show sign of a good leadership. Thought as a show sign of a good leader. Enti yenhwe yehu bibi na nya we'll come back to discuss it. But so far so good. Even a declaration of assets say there is no law punishing anyone. But we're taking bold initiative. People are going to lose their 3 months salary. And by close of day, and you are sacked. I mean, it goes to tell you how serious he is this time. And
120 days, and pepe. Percentage wise, say a man exams score over 100. Won as an expert in governance. Obama era John Dramani Mahama. How many percent?
60 days, 120 days in office. Oh, Niyama koso in terms of Niyama Okaso Beye taxes appointees 60 wasi school aduane ankwala ni die no wasi ano problems ane wo ho wasi ano I think the man is 70. Man is 70%.
Not just say, if I say a pass mark, baby or crana A or B plus.
Yes.
Just Namambuna Aswani.
So far, so good.
Irrespective of Segal, I'm saying no, Kamia say or Kodian so yen said them who ye on to mean declare state of emergency send your kind.
Well, no. Declaration of emergency, is one thing, and stopping it and now controlling it is another. Aban dada na etwe mu no wa share galamsey year almost 8 years. I don't think so. Sorry, and I hold the 120 days ebetimi a close down. No, it doesn't work like that. Kakrakra, we shall get there. But say galamsey na mu no, to say Ghana is back in leader as in the leader of gold production. And he said, Okako, the emergency about galamsey moi. Are you going to maintain that leader? No. So if gold is going to bring us 10 billion, to how are you going to manage it? Bring us 10 billion. We don't even need to go to IMF crowd. So why do you want to rush in bringing it down, whilst you can shape it somehow? And yes, galamsey any shootings are also. And a bonkophobia too or in some hall baby who said him. Child, I see ya say I see him. I go bonkophobios are. So what it means in say, and then some conflict area to say Bokonumni and some say, and when I 10 max, I'm an Akunya 17. Nka enunu ni ho a nka probably he's heading towards a straight 90. And a doom so. but dum so no nyinaa no ɛyɛ ade a wɔn inherited from the previous government so nti we need to manage it kosi sɛ ne nsa bɛtotɔ so no wɔhu the best way out of it nti 70 no ɔmfa ɔmmake sure sɛ ɛntɔ fam because the more a wolusu guard wɔ nkurɔfoɔ no hɔ no na 70 no ɛɛba fam na ɛba 65 60 ɛde saa no akɔduru te sɛ nanado ɛne n'aban na afei yɛapamo
When I was say, Isaka, I don't pay a bread and no church more than my aim.
na me nso meda mo ase
I'm preparing a Sabbath champion. Alright, Isaka, I'm on a local government aspect, governance aspect, or also a boy and commodity and I pay. Na and then it da for or honey eduno. You're right, John Dramani Mahama. I saw a finemu, a saw ye, say Ghana man penny. Near maybe this scene and this to say first 120 days of no ye bisa say who's a wayana or a bano amambu any home and shishaya or say or ben nominate ne cabinet within the first 14 days and pa or ye or say or did the leanest and efficient government never ministers are net koya could do 126 nanado daroma or see or they ba 60 no crown a minimum half in a besoso. Inti system so omo we yom no pepepe inti se wa chemu kra ba emienu sana akwakoye code of conduct we say obey establish robust code of conduct this standards for all government officials just 3 days ago and or the 2 ja and also waye obey investigate corruption na why he say forensic audit into various matters of public interest o share obiti say Ahmed Swale or IGP ni so mo hwehwe mu ende o mo ye ya chi nipa bi omugusu etotona no enche obesen so piem court wakomienu obesa be piem de etoso miensa afei so no ohwe scandals ahodo a sika bi a ese o nkofo bi akwa print sika ne ade eno kanea ye wura Reverend Nchimfo Joko bisa ho asem na eno de omampe anka ho asem nanso cocaine ni aeroplane de no ho ana ye wura ofoso kwache be yi ho ano besin de saa yine dia o ma yedi ho o mun kan ho hwe o ye wura falis kwache foso wo ho na saa sika na ho asem na kosi sei ene dia ase wo twen wura guso gold ne dollars na your original wom no ayira won sesem ana me de bibisa o asem na me bisa eno so wo ho na yensan bisa say tax reforms or ka say tax bi almost say nuisance taxes eto bi asebe faso bi ni bufu ha dwene oba obeyi efi ho levy baako oba ye wayi ana yi wayi covid levy wayi eno so ko betting tax boys na ni agedodo eno so eko na emission levy eno so no mo say mo implement it ba wa clear the fi ho na je say entumi kran san so emba oba no tax and levies nso a eno so o say obey review ewo mu enti review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported for industrial and agricultural purposes enfidi a yede beye enwuma yakrade ba no ne yede beye kwadwuma ne ade no eno waye mu nsakraye a say okra bi de ba enye te se kane no de na wo mo agye no nti nsakraye aba ho ye ba no be bi te se economic national economic dialogue omo hodi national economic dialogue edi nkomo eno achi no mo de budget no so e de baye na ode accelerated export development and also to me aba na eba no education any social interventions so a free tertiary education so what ho asem dada omo de aba na education review so aba omo say omo convene national consultative conference on education to build consensus omo ye wie na binom ka so obetwa free SHS mu besi na ontwa mu nti free SHS ne gu so koso obi anje obi school fees here internet se na enye no kre say GM oba obetwa mu ode no eto nchen a o say social interventions bi or the beba your friend Ghana Medical Care Trust eno na omo body mra ne friend Mahama Cares obebi safoto no wabie enti o say na point is ni na 1 month salary yemfa ema wo mo wɔn de saa sika no kogu fotoɔ no mu afei so wɔn a na wɔsɔ wɔn declare wɔn asset na wɔn declare wɔn ne brɛ ano no saa nkurɔfoɔ no wɔn nso wɔn de wɔn bosome mmiɛnsa ketua ɛkɔ akɔto saa fotoɔ no mu ɛna ebi sɛ ase deɛ ɛbɛyɛ dɛ nhumpo sɛ wɔn de akɔto mu ɔsɛ controller and accountant general ɛna ɛbɛhwɛ na wɔde saa adwuma no de ama ghanafoɔ nti saa fotoɔ no ɛbɛba abɛgyina ɛba no environmental and infrastructure ɔkaa sɛ within first 120 days no ban illegal mining ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves and roll out the Tree for Life and Blue Water Initiative. Nti Blue Water Initiative no sɛ wobɛkae a mmeranteɛ bi a yɛkɔteteɛ mu a ɔmahyehyɛ tuntum ne yellow no ɔmo wɔmatumi a establish ɔmo ama mene wo kasa yi wɔmo ahyɛ ɔmo adwuma ase but ban on illegal mining ɔma no deɛ ɔmo de aka obi ngya illegal mining nanso ban no me de menhu ne yie na yɛsɛ state of emergency mpo na yɛhwɛ ɔno ankasa kora de yɛ campaign nanado endeclare enti me de ɛbɛhɔ no deɛ me sɛ maama yɛwura JM ɔmapanyin wadaama wohia 120 days and now they declare state of emergency ɛwɔ river bodies any forest reserve you don't need 120 days even 20 days is too much you just need an hour it's say 120 days multiplied by 24 hours therefore dear ato chima na yenim sɛ mbrantie bi so esi kwa yenimu ne ade ye galam say left right and center mutu from a good year na oka say your license paper mo chow license dey mo betimi awo but me bisa mo say can you produce your digging permit can you produce your EPA permit mo amotwe nsuo dey free bremu densu tano and cobra ne other rivers no do you have permit from the water resource commission? Do you have permit? Into your license prospecting moko jipe na mo esi field na mutu. Meanwhile, digging permit ni there, you don't have it. So it makes your in quote supposed small scale mining no illegal. That is the point. And no na ye dima mo se mo beti ase no. Oko ya man the license say koye prospecting. I know about say me too from a good year. Me one crat enti enye what you say?
2 months straight was I say our papers.
It's here, how did you hear JM? In fact, other initiatives 24-hour economy commence drafting legal amendment and prepare for implementing the 24-hour economy within the first 120 days. Into when you commence drafting, into a friend was sharing intro say you be say a home crata troni idea no. No dear, you bet me I say, oh, ebia, oguso, edinema, egu akwemu. And job creation, launch priority job creation programs, including the Ejumera program, I know why, National Apprenticeship program, why, 1 million coders program, and also why. And Tinami Bisa say, baby, I would see me on a pay, no. You're right, JM, 120 days in office. Uhune say, and no, any asema yedi bisa. Akasima enum na ye sorry so mema okwanya no na woso wabo awrem na yafa wo frɛ no ɛwɔ ha na ewia nso atumi akoso aha ya chimansa 96.1 FM momfa nkyeme hoho a na menim sɛ aba be kamensa na yedi asase ho nkɔmɔ no wo ma me nkra sɛ emergency putupum bi aba enenti wantumi amba yenkwa homade so na yemfa yafrɛfo embem. Hello, good morning. Open your team from the face. Open maintain can you now? My name is technician.
Hello.
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 Me pacho kasa.
Hello. Everyone wants it. The voice of our voice. I live it. Every day, who's I do. Origin. Yes, we go.
Okay. Say na yemfa de this will be. Hello, good morning. Me pacho di be waka free. Okay. When you mention so dia yen call the next caller. So 96.1 FM Town Square Groceries. Eboy and opay e asida Emma. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Brother,
Boko coffee ni.
That's right.
Minya coffee meet you.
Yes. Then say, we are over na ekuye say. Any party and she say and every day on my end more. And as a bayan kasanka. To try me yes, say me na parfois on your movie Jumano. I didn't quickly. I had more mine. Go my knee and okay, yet in the crowd. Now so party, same party. The other thing because who compare, they say, to the years 1998, 99, 2000. So many are far better. And you're far better. And down here, you from 2001, at the dinner, oh my house, that. I ensure, yes, and quite an
Sabe Pepe.
Nothing, you're better saying, say, you're saying, yes, can I be free, you then I had a day. Anna. But because of that, parties, Emma, Uncle, for I could show it. It is yet so a banner party, it is here by the name of woman. Now, baby, no way. Now, okay, we say, or my penny say, Uncle, for 140, she said, the senior and Adekyee. I don't get your train, or my penny, no, a bear on some cushion because Obi Juma, Adekyee said. Baby, why am from Storm? Or my penny, fair now, by no, say, was to be on Fancochum, but I get you with me answer. And I call on Eddie Baba, study, Miss Francasa, and I stand to be corrected. You don't say hard to me. It is young Kumu, India. Why I have first one a year, my young thing, my political governance, no. I ain't here, we are. No way, or saying yet. I did tell we back. The could be another way out saying, and where the normal for you. Into that way, exactly, or saying yet. You are standing so crying like Kumea, Yanium Becos Watan, Mountain in the party before everybody be a anywhere woman.
Mamma Menda was say what you bring chain, say Moon was drink, Mrs. say Radiadum, who your pie, a bit sham repay. Hello, good morning. Okay, hello, good morning.
Morning. Where?
Minia. Jeden for I would up a tremor.
So I'm from mammy. I know you're my ready. I am media.
Now you're home. So you're the only back until you're the Anna Sudi.
No way.
Radiadum yet you, Minia.
And I tell me, say, no boy to my papa. Now, your movie appointment. What's it 3 months? Nadia, you do Pianica. Now, I better tell you. Because I'm sama, you have a point to say, I think I've got something for him. Nayan Waka, that comes the car baby issue. And it's got it right. Don't you know, Cram? I'm saying what I don't want to say. I don't want to hear. Now, I 3 months. President is on jail car. Hey! If you into a no, you can say, as a president of a homohe, Edema, and telephone. After a certain okay, we by 2. Now, the number cutter of air.
But I say, Nipano say, in Shemu Binti when Chiam Babat, you better break for Namade Nabani, it made in Sassin Hong Kong, Yampe Langas and Sambia were done in Patimu. Me for question and sorry. So, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Me pacho, Ejewani.
I know.
Obejewa, Mamintio.
I'm a paid money my family.
That's it.
We are the most Macopan American. Or China or China Yakoto, this Yabane. Yes, sir, family members, Nina. And your princess Nina. Poyolo, Edna, President, yes, level so. Yeah, go to Banana Poyolo. A bill the mouth, politics is not to see a long poor than a bill big politics be a master. Not the president appointed the man to Malone. Not on pair or down cost. Not being born in the only team. Yes, no matter. Only go to Banana Poyolo. Nothing good idea. Not or down mine costs.
Yeah, that's it. I was here. The Fred Jumene Bessie Hanum say fast that my friend Covendo and Bentronics Ventures, Omodi officer to row and a buyer. Free Enterprise, a Jumera, Bema, Quarry Dust, no, Bema, and near brow, multiple track, Nako fast anima win our bro, a boa, no war, a war from na farm work any you got depot, so a beer at the Atum Tilapia Junction. Politank said Brabeji would hear our next grease expert of mammy. Now, you're fast that and my tell us say, sending a cake. Tell us how to tell us on a free. Now, for you, so the Quadra network is what charges near very low. Become enterprise, a honey better and more and what mantus macro. Any drinks need to be into two foy. Munko be kind enterprise. Namunko Jimo dear for mammy. Boys, Andra and Cofor dear Koye. Ye, football match ye. If you ask your home, I tell you, I am a Wabamum Wati. Be beer to me see. Betway, and a boy, a mam, brandy, a bar, a chimansa, and Beshe match. Now sports team. Ponk nomne ye bright ne crofoi wuna babetinemu guy Jesus na nya sam ketwa betway say code no onkwa wunya ment na so share with your friends na obetimi enya akwanya asesa sika ewo ho no mo say bet na mbompo a wo benya usika nti share the code and win the bet we exclusive with Betway. Na Testy Tom and Eboa near the Mother's Day no Abro Beacon Enterprise, Blues Bookshop, Robsco Electric House, Afeisono, Town Square Groceries, Obuna Etayechi, Sofumame Sheto, and so Eboy and Papa. Wo, ye share himself so beba. Tickets no are available. Ewo Eden Restaurant, Ubenya be so Robsco Electric House, Ubenya be so ato Ewo, Bernard Butcher Honor with this as some Yama phones, also a be ever Bernard Butcher DB good order word to me about Saka be or Eddie Amame. End of BBS also be Pok Shoe as a Mother's Day or also Babe Boye into also be my Yentemunka now Mother's Day Yehunia Mosomode Babe Boa Trinity Power Heba and Spiritual Solution Center as a Brana Mu Nsem Hunamani Yamboao Amaje Heba Clinic Ebeboa na diabetes ne hypertension no ometu ase de amount na heba say na ibomix no ebeboa na immune system ni gina brane e de amount na Town Square Groceries emo akwenya na organic tomato paste oil and na rice no wenya bi ato ewo ho meden de Nicholas Moka meden mo si hanum say na me birthday sonko bi a me wish e de ama yenuan ene eye wawoda enua prekope ofan say bi de hye a obo adwuma ewo mpatem ho enya asem ketwa Kwame Bronzy ene your birthday mama yanreshe Kwame a wonderful happy birthday Nyankopon inshallah na onye okese papa na dachi also ababa ye nipatitu ewo fansa bi aboa se na yewura lawyer Kujo Oponkroma oboa ewo ho no nti Kwame ye ma awoda pa Bronzy ene tie different Bronzy nyame inshallah no onye okese me de masi hakra mo nyame adoma ye besan so ehia bio hwe wo so ye mame sanse nyinche dro baako ene ahweye